Hello, good evening, and hello everybody. Welcome to Angry Welshman Productions. And tonight I am joined by Dark TJ of Dark TJ Productions.
Good evening.
And tonight, well, what are we going to do tonight, Tom?
We're going to do what we do every night, Rhys. We're going to try and take over the world.
Yes, that is exactly what we're doing. We're taking over the world one station at a time, and this evening we've taken over Bristol Temple Meads.
Absolute bloody loot, mate.
So, those of you following Tom's channel will have known over the last probably 18 months or so, he had a custom built locomotive as a commission from Caledonia Works, the DR.1202 class called Rick.
Yep.
And as part of the Patreon pledge thingy that Tom had going, one of the perks was that patrons would get to have a cab ride of this engine.
Well, more specifically, it's a driver experience course. 1 second, Rhys. One second. Don't press anything. 1 second.
I didn't do it.
It's right. I just noticed something. My live stream thing was catching the audio, so I can still kind of hear your audio in the background for a sec.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, no, it should be fine now.
All right, cool. So, yeah, we're sat here at Bristol Temple Meads because we're going to do a run from Brizzle to Hereford on the, what is it, the South Wales Coastal and Welsh Marches line.
Yeah.
Which, for some reason, for me, no longer exists.
Which is a bit bizarre.
I've never seen that before, but it got removed for me, which I'm really gutted about. But also, something I've just noticed is the headboard.
I can still hear audio in the background. Hold on 1 sec.
Have you got the live? Yeah, you got the audio on the live stream in the background.
That's why. Right, I don't need to keep that up because I've got it on my phone. Right, we are now good to go. So very sorry for technical difficulties, everyone. Parsec with being a bum.
Well, there we go. So I think without much further ado, we'll get going because it is quite a long way. I think it's a good hour and a half or so, isn't it?
Depends on the speed limit. I mean, it's let me just bring this up. It's 58 miles.
Oh, that's not too bad actually.
Well, if we average about 60, then it'll be about an hour. So yeah, familiarise yourself with the cab.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Hang on. Let's have a quick.
Not allowed to be on the wrong side.
Oh, that's interesting. She's got a lever reverser.
Yeah, remember she was technically speaking a heavy freight engine when built, but she technically mixed traffic. But it's steam assisted, so we're not going to break our arms doing it.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's
She's
good.
Also, if you notice, look up a little bit. Look at the top of the cab. She's got an American-style pull lever whistle.
I have noticed the steamboat whistle on her.
Oh, I know, it's brilliant, isn't it?
It's fantastic. So, oh hello, there's Oliver, donated $5. Ollie, what are you doing, man?
He does that. It's a thing he does.
Yeah, I just like doing random super chats.
Fair enough. Thank you, Oliver. Your donations are appreciated. I do appreciate, guys, that this is the first live stream that I've done in like a month now. Actually, it's probably longer than that, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
Well, basically, I've been preparing for an exam, which was cancelled 2 days ago, and then today it was put back on. So, excellent. So I thought, oh, I'm going to live stream because it's cancelled, and then it's like, oh, by the way, it's not cancelled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that went well.
Right, I'll be firing anyway, so don't worry about that. I just need to keep an eye on the water level and stuff, because he does drink a lot of water, this dude.
Well, I was going to say, it's already down to 0.6.
Yeah, so that's because he's been sat here for a little while.
Sat here blowing off and using water. How many coaches have we got on, by the way?
12, I think.
12 Mark 1s?
Yeah.
Right, I'll just notch it back.
You might want to close his cylinder cocks and all. I know most people refer to engines as a she, but because he physically had the nameplate Rick, I'm going to be constantly recalling him to a he.
Fair enough.
Which is going to be really difficult to do because like, oh, she's blowing off. No, he's blowing off. No, she's blowing. It's a gender confused engine.
It is. Very confused. So here we are. We're passing the depot here on the left, which I can't remember. Is it? Oh, Barton Hill? No, it's not Barton Hill.
No, it's not. Oh, bloody hell. Do you know what? I don't even know.
Filton
Yard.
Filton Yard. I remember going to Bristol. I remember seeing 6024 King Edward sat in this very siding,
Ooh.
which was lovely. Oh, is Rick fitted with AWS?
No. Which makes our lives a lot easier.
I was going to say. So here we're heading out of Bristol now. We got 12 on. Tom is firing. He's also building up a good fire because.
Well, not actually at the moment. He doesn't need a big fire. He needs. If anything, I need to actually bring him down a peg.
No, Tom, you need a big fire because we got a very heavy grade coming up.
All right, hang on then. 1 second. Beep, 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 beep. Taking control. Ha ha ha. There we go.
Get shoveling. Keep shoveling.
Oh god! Oh god! It hurts. Oh god! That's my back gone. Don't click my lamp.
I'll click your lamp if I want to.
How dare you click my lamp?
I clicked his lamp.
Someone asked in the chat what Rick is, if he's like, if he's freelance or if he's based on anything. Well, he's freelance in general, but he's based on a drawing I made, and then a drawing that Anthony made that was better, and then Chris Wilson used that drawing to make Rick. He's the only thing that's really permanent about him is his tender based on a southern style tender. His firebox and boiler is based on Bear Peacock practices. The cab is completely freelance, and the boiler's just absolutely freaking gigantic, and his wheel arrangement is based on the only 2 mounting classes in the United Kingdom, which are Hercules and Samson on the 15-inch gauge Romney Hyde and Dymchurch. Apart from that, DR.1202 is the only mounting class locomotive in game for the UK, and the only one ever sort of, in quote unquote built.
Oh, boiler's full.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to keep an eye.
Apparently, it's still 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. That's weird.
Throw the beans. Who cares?
I was going to say, I thought it was up to about 70 by now.
Not yet. I'll tell you what, though, it does make a thumping good noise. 3-cylinder loco as well.
I can't really hear the chuffing, to be honest.
Hang on then, let me turn the sounds up slightly. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Oh god, come on, mouse.
Oh, there.
Come on, mouse.
TS volume is very low.
It's because of my ears. Because I've got really bad hearing, so everything is loud to me. Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better. You can turn it down just a touch if you want to.
Hang on then. Oh my god.
Sorry.
It's right, it's so difficult. I don't, unless people actually use Parsec and share screens, it's so difficult coordinating sometimes. Let's see, I need dampers on then. Because I remembered when we go through the tunnel, we need to climb out the other end as well.
Yeah, you got a steep hill coming out of Bristol when you swing around onto the South Wales main line, and then there's a steep hill coming out of the tunnel. It's a very steep hill actually. And then the next steep hill is Lang via something bank, which is just north of Abergavenny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course, I know that one.
And that is that's a killer.
Right, we need to notch her down 1 notch. There we go. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we're fine. I'm just looking at the comments. Someone wants them to blow the whistle, so if you would care to do that, Rhys.
Go on in.
There we go. And someone else has said, no AWS, so it makes our lives easier despite forgetting who's driving.
Yeah, good point. That is a bit of a good point.
Okay, maybe we do need to notch back up 1. There we go.
Yeah, we're on a hell of a gradient here now. Look, it's 1 in 75. Yeah, English Electric Studios is asking what route this is. This is the South Wales coastal route, and it joins onto the Welsh Marches route from Bossman Games.
Yeah, so it's a merger of Bristol to Swansea and Newport to Shrewsbury via Hereford. Hereford. BBC News Hereford.
Joe Light Railway says, haha, it's Gordon.
Haha, get fucked.
Ooh, triggered.
Fucking triggered, man. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, I'm going to F3 it a sec. Oh my god, yeah, okay. We're on a very stiff gradient at the moment. But you did say you want to put him through his paces, so...
I thought this route would be a good chance to see what he can do. Dampers are on.
Yeah, don't need the blower.
Open.
He's just got to get his fibre mass up a little bit more and he should be fine.
Steam doesn't look like it's a problem. It's just it is a crappy gradient.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And the critical drinker says, it'll be fine.
King Ori says, is this the route you used for the Rise of the Phoenix? Well, it's called the Flight of the Phoenix.
And no.
No, it was the Just Trains Bristol to Exeter.
That's
route.
right, yeah.
That's the route I used. My God, that is an old route now.
Southwest Coastal only came out, what, 2 years ago?
Yes. I just realised Oliver's volume's a bit low, but I can't do much about that at the moment. But yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, me Engineer 100 is saying, are we going over Landverhangle Bank? Yes, we are.
What do you call this bank?
Landverhangle. I have no idea.
I'm not pronouncing that.
Oh, he's drinking. He is drinking a lot.
He is a very heavy drinker, I'm afraid. He's going to be the railway's alcoholic. Right,
Rick just reminded me of the type of engine that would be in a pub and just like, oh, I'll have 6 pints of beer and then top it off with a few shorts.
Well, I mean, look at the size of his boiler.
He is a thirsty boy.
I just realised something about his head code. Hold on. Ah, no, I didn't want to do that. No, I didn't want to do that. Hold on. Right, I want to do that because his lamp codes are set up wrong for an express. Oh God, he had 2 red lamps. There we go, that's better. He's all fixed.
2 red lamps.
He had 2 red lamps, he was going in reverse.
Full of stern. Are we still on this gradient? Yeah, 1 in 75. All the way up to Filton Abbey Wood.
To be fair, he's still plodding along. I'm just going to turn Oliver up a sec, Rhys, hold on.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think the reason I turned Oliver down is because he was talking about politics at some point.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right,
Politics.
speak a minute, Oliver. Speak a normal sentence a sec.
Hello, how is everyone?
Oh God, that was a bit loud. Right, okay, that's better. Right, anti-mute is fine. Right, there we go, we're good.
Train Geek 5043 says, do the 2 routes merge naturally?
Well, whoever's merged them together, they've done a good job of merging them, so...
I think you can kind of tell that they are 2 separate routes because
I think you
do
can
have
see it
different
once we get to,
sides.
yeah, I think you can see it once we get to Newport, you'll see it.
But it is a good job.
Oh yeah, it's a good fun big route to drive on.
It does take a long time. I remember I drove the Victory Works Manors,
Yeah.
double-headed, and I got quite lucky actually because I knew heading up towards Abergavenny that I was going to have a massive steep bank. I just knew it was going to be a nightmare. So I just blitzed the fire, shoveled I don't know how much on, and by the time I was going up past Abergavenny, she was building steam
We
all
need
the
to
time.
notch down, mate. There we go. Leave it there for a minute. We're now
Highland
on
Winter
flat ground.
Wolf has just donated $10. Thank you very much, Highland Winter Wolf. You're very kind. Donations help to keep the channel running. Hope you guys are all right over there. Be careful he doesn't get into that cider like the Gallic Storm song Johnny Jumper. Lol.
Okay.
I have no idea what he's on about.
No,
there,
neither
if I'm
do I.
honest.
Let's just gloss right over that.
Alrighty.
I mean,
Ricky,
thanks for the
Elvin,
$10, but we have no idea what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, Rhys, you
Matt.
can go round. You can go round. You don't have to drive from this position all the time. You can go round the other cab views. It's like every other CW loco. Except if you go left, like press the left key, go again, and again. This is the only Caledonia Works loco with this cab view, by the way.
That is pretty cool.
Because there's one on the other side, but no other one has this particular one on this side because I made Gwion do it.
Oh, nice.
And also, I'm the one who invented the next one, which is this one. Because I said to him I wanted that cab view on Vic. So that's why that one comes with every other Caledonia Works loco that now comes out. Thanks to me! And the reverser is animated as well. if you move the reverser and look at it. You won't be able to see it from this view, but his massive outside reversing rod does animate and move. Might be
Is
better
it just me, or is lamps moving? No, it was just me. So, what happened to Over the Hills over the last 2 years? Well, it's dead. It's cancelled. It's done.
Yeah, we're writing a new series now. It's going to be called Under the Forts.
Under the Valleys.
Yeah, that Under the Valleys. Yeah.
And it's all about digging coal.
I thought it was about the London Underground, but okay.
All right. The main character called Di.
Di the Jones.
Di the Jones. What station is this? This is Patchway.
Right, so we need to pick up a bit of a jolly now, I think.
We do. We need to get a bit of speed on.
So I'm going to try and overfill his firebox a little bit, so we've got enough to get through the tunnel. His water level good. His boiler pressure's climbing again. Dampers are fully open. I'll get the blower on the tad. What is the valve gear on this? This has 3 independent sets of Walshart's valve gear, because it's unbelievably it's a 3-cylinder machine with a 275 psi boiler, which is mad.
What was the one on the original DR.1202 before it got rebuilt?
Peniston valve gear, which is rotary valve gear. Yeah, funny joke. Right, let's see.
That's a good point. You just said with well, I wonder what oh, here we go. We're going in a tunnel. Oh, look at that cab wall. Look at the wall.
Is that because the light's on, or wait, is the firebox open? It's not, is it? It's the lamp. Oh shoot, it is the firebox. Hang on, switch the lamp on. Close the firebox. There you go. Lovely stuff.
Atmospheric.
Give us a little toot of the whistle while we're in it. Love it. Let's see, for 482, that's obvious because of the RHCR was extended to Sandling, Hercules and Samson would be the only locos heavy hauling train from Dungeon after Sandling uphill from Hive is 1 in 75. Interesting point.
Broken Gaming is saying rest in peace Over the Hills. That is why he subbed. I guess I just lost a subscriber then.
That's right, most people, you know, still waiting for me to do TDRS Season 10. At the moment, it's on a little bit of a break because I'm still trying to work shit out. Holy crap, hello. Look at the, we're at the maximum we can put the reverser down to, but look at what speed we're doing. We're doing 79 miles an hour at the moment. Yeah. In a massive heavy freight machine.
Let's do some drone flying.
Oh, I can do that. Hang on. You keep your on the controllers on the driving. I can use the X-Bone controller and do this.
Train Geek 5043 is asking about the Welsh Marchers line again. He's saying, if I download South Wales Coastal and Welsh Marchers line, do they automatically join?
No.
Or is there something...
You have to get... No. It was on the workshop, but I think they've changed it now.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that, because mine got removed. I was subscribed to that workshop route, but it just disappeared. I love the Armstrong Powerhouse Mark 1s. They are the
very
best
good.
coaches.
Best thing is... Hang on.
Oh, mate.
We can do proper rail tour cam.
Oh, I love... I tell you what, I did a live stream of a high-speed run once before, and I just literally sat with this view just behind the loco for the whole run. What speed are we doing? 89.
Bloody hell.
But this is a route that you can actually open the taps on.
We can definitely open the taps on this section into the tunnel.
It's even going past 7 Tunnel all the way to Newport. You could just keep it flatlined.
Brilliant.
That's the plan.
If you notch your reverser back ever so slightly, not the reverser, sorry, the reg. There you go. Leave it there. Should be fine.
We're about to go into the 7 Tunnel, so we're going to have a massive downhill gradient, which we're on. Tom, we might set a speed record. What's the fastest you've got it up to?
I've got him up to 109 before.
Right, so it's on to us now. Let's see if we can set the speed record.
Go back to the cab then.
So
You
Tom,
got your
I need as
aniseed
much.
logs?
Hang on.
I
then.
need
What?
aniseed. Yeah, aniseed bearing smelling things.
Oh, ours, when Rick's big end starts overheating, it actually smells like chocolate in the cab.
I thought you were going to say curry then. for
Oh,
some
mate,
reason.
yeah, can you imagine that? It just smells like a vindaloo. It's like, oh, he's had a poo. Mate, it's so atmospheric with the lighting, isn't it?
It is really atmospheric in the tunnel. We're at 97 miles an hour.
Come on, Rick. Do 100, you big great oaf.
Oh, apparently Sirliff says there's a new version on the workshop for the new unbranded version.
Ooh, that might be worth having a look at.
I don't know if that would work for me because I've got the original branded one.
Yeah, but you should also have the unbranded one also in your library now, because that's what I've got. I've got both versions.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, because you got the update for the unbranded version free if you already owned it.
Oh, okay.
Which was nice of them.
Yeah.
Not to charge us double.
I don't think we broke the speed record this time, dude.
No, I
No.
think we've missed the opportunity. We're already on the uphill bit.
Never mind, we're fine.
Ah, never mind.
To be fair, you've now gotten him to the highest speed within a driver experience course, though, because James Wright was the previous holder of that at 90 miles an hour, but it was in the section of the video where I had to speed it up because he turned my microphone off.
Oh,
Like a
excellent.
plank, yeah, because I was messing with OBS at the time, and he made it so that I'd switched my microphone volume all the way down to nothing for about the last third of the video, so I had to speed up the last third of the video, so it's like the mainline run from Brockenhurst up to Southampton is at like 1,000% speed.
Oh,
So
right.
you've just got Rick going along like 9,000 miles an hour, it's great.
By the way, Tom, with that, I had a look at Parsec. Apparently you can set like authorized apps so that, they can only interact with certain
Oh, that might be
programs.
a good idea to do, to make it so that people can only interact with TS and not my desktop then, that'd be cool.
That would be good because if they're taking control of your mouse, you might struggle to click them off it.
Exactly.
Did I get to 100 then, or not quite?
You got to 97.9 or 98, I think.
We'll call it 98. Oh,
We'll call it
boiler.
98. Oh, hang on. There we go.
Call it 98.
To be fair, he is almost back at his max boiler pressure again, so...
Well, we're on quite a gradient now as well. There's
Yeah, as soon as we get out of
190.
the tunnel, I need to start shoveling.
Well, I'm going to fly ahead and sit at 7 Tunnel Junction. Because this is my favourite station to go and spot
spot.
rail tours.
Is that where you actually go and do spotting then?
It is, yeah.
Ah, so this is kind of a nostalgic place then. Brilliant.
This is my station.
Hey.
Because you went and saw Britannia recently, didn't you?
I did, yes.
And then your son preferred the 66. I find that beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, that was hilarious. We went down to the station to see Royal Scot and Britannia, and he was more excited for the Class 66 than he was for the Royal Scot.
Well, you know what we need to do then? We need to get him into Class 56s. Some grid action.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heritage diesel. I mean, that's kind of how I got into diesels, because my dad, there was an open day, a diesel depot open day at Newport, and they just had loads of diesels, like Class 37s, 31s, 56s, 58s, loads of them.
You going to whistle through the station?
Yeah.
There we go.
Full speed through 7 Tunnel.
Oh yeah, I need to start shoveling. Put on a smoke screen for everyone. I love how that woman is like not interested at all.
It would have been nice to have more interaction from characters in Train Sim.
Yeah.
Right, we're pretty much on the Peterstone Flats now, so we'll keep the taps open.
Oh, that Broken Gaming who said he's not logged a sub.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Boken Gaming Over the Hills isn't actually finished. I just tell people that when they ask.
It's like me. I keep telling people every time they ask me when season 10 of TDRS is coming. I increase the time by about a month.
Oh,
Oh, well that was
That was a good train
Great
spotting.
train spotting there. 20 out of 10.
That's actually quite a good view. Oh, look at that. Look at that cab full of steam.
Oh no, right, that's gonna hurt.
I don't know, there's just something so satisfying about looking at a full-length train of matching Mark 1s.
I know, right? They look great, especially like with the crimson and cream ones.
I know this is going to sound bad, and I know people are going to judge me for this.
I judge you anyway, mate. It's fine.
I know everybody does, but you know, I love driving steam rail tours, either with BR Blue or Intercity Swallow.
Oh,
Mark 1s.
Intercity Swallow with white roofs. The coaches. Anybody remember
Yes.
that meme?
Yes.
Yes. We don't talk about that meme anymore.
No.
Anyway, but yeah, Intercity coaches are awesome because they really give you that rail tour feel, don't they? The 70s and 80s.
I love adding matching. Let me try again. Mark 1s with different colours, like some blue and then some maroon.
Yeah, I do.
chocolate
I've been
green.
doing that as well. Like I like doing it with BR Blue, maroon, chocolate cream, custard cream, Intercity, and Network Southeast if I can get away with it.
Oh, I tell you what, Network Southeast, either Mark 1s or Mark 2s,
Best
but
livery.
with either a Class 50 or what's the other diesel I'm thinking of?
Would have been 50 47s would have run with them. The Network Southeast days.
33s?
Yeah, 33s ran with them.
33s, maybe it's 33s I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
Comptons, yeah.
English Electric Studios, City Truro with white roof Intercity Mark 1s.
Mate. Oh man, it's not yours.
I tell you what, a rail tour I would like to recreate would be the 7F 53808, but with the BR Blue Mark 1s on its brief mainline stint in the 80s. That was epic.
I still remember the 2857 doing its heritage train run on the main line. That's cool.
That was to Newport
Yeah.
from Hereford,
Yeah.
or from the Severn Valley down to Newport, and then I think they shunted around at Alexandra Dock Junction,
Yeah.
and then they headed back up to Newport to Hereford from there. But the video of it is just epic. Oh, Lawrence is watching a stream for the first time in decades.
That makes
Good.
a change. Hello, Lawrence. I haven't heard from you
Hello.
for like ages.
I think he stopped watching my videos because I kept calling his account the Auschwitz inside a railway.
Oh my god. I didn't know we were going on a trip to a place called Auschwitz.
Oh,
Let's not go any further than that.
ooh.
Yeah, we leave that to our resident Norwegian.
Or the resident James Wright, who is we're not going to mention what he is today.
Burp.
Honk.
Got to shove the other injector on. He's blowing off again.
I was going to say, we are blowing.
He's a very good steam generator, unfortunately. Which is why most of the time when running him at preserved line keys, he just wants to be going all the time.
Sir Liv says once the 2800 is out, I could recreate that demo goods on the Welsh Marches route.
Yeah, you could actually.
Not a bad idea.
No, but speaking of that, looks inquisitively towards Stream Sound Supreme.
I reckon they're saving it for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is a 2800.
Although, you said about Rick is a thirsty boy.
Yeah.
He doesn't have, when the injectors are on, he doesn't have to fill the boiler quick.
Oh yeah, he's got quick injectors. Then again, it's a good job he's got such a big tender, really, isn't it? He's got no water scoop though.
Let's have a... Which button is it?
That one, there you go.
Slight downhill gradient.
Go
Ah!
back one, there you go.
Now
Actually,
we're on
Tom,
a
if you
slight-
wanted to test Rick on a speed test, you could always send him down the Grantham Bank.
I've tried that.
Did he beat the record?
No.
Oh.
Now.
Boiler.
Yep, you've got a full contingency again.
You know, considering he is a freight loco, he's not half doing bad on this express run.
Well, considering as well that his usual speed limit on the main line would be about 65, he's doing alright going at what is considered the speed limit for steam engines, and faster.
Can you still hear me? I just heard an audio or a USB thing drop out.
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay. I just had that USB disconnecting.
Oh, what, did it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
fine.
disconnecting one.
Oh, right, oh.
Oh, it turns out it was me.
Oh, right, what'd you do?
I think one of my hard drives just disconnected itself.
I wouldn't clap, but that's mean.
It is me. My other hard drive, which isn't actually broken, as it turns out, is alright.
Excellent.
LJ Corky says we need to see Superbug going down Grantham Bank.
Mate,
Okay.
Super 47.
This is the point where we need to shut off,
Right, I think I know why we're blowing off so much.
because you got too much steam in the boiler, chum.
I mean, that is correct, but it's also because I had the blower and the damper still on, so I've turned the dampers off for a bit. Technically speaking, shouldn't really be blowing off all the time if we can help it, so.
A little bit of braking application.
Yeah, got
Fact,
pretty
we-
good brakes, so.
I think we need a bit more brakes.
Because of the sky race, I've got an idea. I know we're not meant to, but I'm going to move this over to the fireman side to do this bit.
Yeah?
There you go, because now you can still look ahead and you can still see the F5 HUD. Where we need to go. We need anchors, really. Well, not anchors, but a little bit more, maybe. Oh, actually, no. Should be alright.
I think it's a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit to go through the Mangy Triangle.
Yeah.
Oh, good God. No, it's not. Brakes. Oh, God. Hold
We'll be
on.
fine, we'll be fine. You've got a strong
Drop
handbrake
both
as well.
anchors. Drop both anchors.
Right, there you go. We're good. We're good. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. I don't know what the panic was all about. Well, Tom, I'm happy to say that Rick's emergency brake test was conducted successfully.
And we can continue our journey.
Completely part of the plan. I would say he performed magnificently on the Mangy Triangle.
Wait, what's this? Is this some sort of like, you know, surprise mainline proficiency test?
Pretty much. Oh,
Oh.
well, we're in Newport, and there is a DVLA test centre just up the road from where we are
for goodness sake.
now. So, you know, this was a simulated driving test. And I'm happy to say that everybody in the engine crew and support team passed with flying colours.
I must also say that we're on a triangle, but we're not going to try and do a 3-point turn.
Welcome to Newport, Rick.
Oh, thanks, said Rick.
Bye!
Bye, said Rick. I don't want to see this place, he said.
Tom, I'll be fair, your TS settings look really nice.
I know, it's pretty good at the moment. That's why I don't really change. I don't change them very often because I think it just looks fine to me.
I'm going to have to go through mine with you just to see if I can improve my setup, because the Death Star is looking a bit ancient now.
Well, I mean, it is an older computer, isn't it?
Well, it's 7 years old now.
Ow! Well, Black Knight is only 2 years old.
Yeah. Here we go, we can get going.
Which I actually wanted to point out to people, actually. Part of the reason Rhys is doing this driver experience, of course, is because back in the early days of the Patreon campaign to get the Black Knight built, Rhys was one of the biggest supporters of the project then anyway, so he was always going to get his own cab drive, whatever you call it with Rick anyway, so, oh, we need to go back to running on the brakes.
Is it air brake or vacuum brake?
It's dual braked.
Dual brake, nice.
If you go to the other side of the loco, you'll see that you've got a massive air pump on the side.
Oh, yeah.
And the ACFI water heater as well.
Something I was going to ask you is, what about having a version with smoke deflectors?
Ugh! Oh god!
Flying Scotsman smoke deflectors.
no.
Oh,
don't-
damn it, Oliver!
Don't make
I
me
was
feel
gonna say
sick.
that.
I do not like Rick with smoke deflectors. I've tried it before. It looks ugly. I will not be having him with smoke deflectors ever.
But we're
I do not like them, Sam. I do not like Rick X and Ham.
We're coming up to one of the bridges in Killeen where, back in the very early days of railway preservation, when steam returned to the main line, King George V ran from Hereford to Newport, and on the first run, it twatted the bridge. And the safety valve was completely ripped off the boiler, and the entire boiler contents emptied itself.
Brilliant.
And the loco, the fire brigade had to come and put the fire out because the loco was about to explode.
Amazing.
Excellent.
See, now you can see how it's now a Bossman Games route because of the massive amounts of super elevation.
Yeah.
I really hope that was the actual language used on the safety report. What happened? Well, engine twatted bridge did.
Well, that is generally engineering talk, so
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna say
imagine
that
that's
is-
what they said.
That is the technical term for it. Twatted the bridge.
We use it in shipping as well, as if I hit something with a ship, we go, we twatted to berth. We twatted
Twatted to
gate.
birth, we did.
Right, we need to knock down one, Rhys. There you go.
Boom shakala.
We need as much speed as possible for the inclines.
Well, we're all right going up to Pontypool, and then there is a little bit of a gradient going past Pontypool. Then it's all downhill to Abergavenny,
Right.
and then it's an absolutely massive uphill gradient from there.
Oof.
Ooh, streamlined Rick.
No!
That's
Stick
in
a
the chat.
bathtub on his front.
Just an actual bathtub. This could be the bridge right now, actually, because I think we're approaching Killeen.
Yeah.
This is Killeen Station, or would have been Killeen Station.
Let me
This
guess
is
who's
my
on
neck of the
top.
woods. Yeah, that's the bridge there. I'm pretty sure that was the bridge that King George V twatted. This is my neck of the woods now, Tom.
Hey up, brilliant.
We'll go steaming through Pontypool and New Inn Station. I'll give a massive whistle and piss off all my neighbours.
Excellent. As we do.
To be fair, Tom, you did talk about putting Rick in the, what was it, the bullied.
Yeah, I was
Stream.
thinking, I thought it'd be interesting to put him in the bully style air smooth casing, just to see what a merchant navy would have looked like as a 482. Oh, Rhys, we've had another super chat, by the way.
Well, hey, Spud607. He says, give Rick a Franco Crusty boiler.
Oh my god!
Wouldn't it? That would be quite interesting.
What, in the same style as the Crosby Boiler 9Fs, where they had the preheater drum underneath the frames?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Me Engineer 100 says about the Alco Trench 262 tanks being made for train sim.
To be fair, Bill was looking at something like that a little while ago. I think it was a model he exported from the internet. But
Yeah, I've seen a couple of screenshots of them. But he's saying that the Festiniog Railways Mountaineer has been modelled. I mean, that's going to be pretty epic when it comes to train sim.
oh yeah, because we've got the Festiniog from Welsh Highland, which is a pretty competent route. We've got quite a few of the locos that actually work on there. Like a lot of it's the like the George Englands and the Garretts and all that. So it'd be nice to see Mountaineer done.
Do you know what? I think they really missed the trick with that route. I mean, it's great that it's free. I do think that it's absolutely fantastic that it's free. But I genuinely, with the route building that went on, if they got a few asset creators on board,
They could have made a pretty decent payware route.
they could have made it a payware product.
I mean, look how
And-
long it is as well. I mean, can you imagine if you had payware product, but you also had really good, like every single loco that runs on the Festiniog and Welsh Highland with it as well.
Exactly.
And the Welsh Highland Heritage Railway. Someone could have built Russell.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. You know, if they put, some money into it, which I know is a problem, especially in this hobby, but that could have been a fantastic product.
Oh yeah.
King Ori says Barry Scrapyard style Rick. I think that's a bit unfair.
Yeah, that's a bit sad. That's a bit sad. To be fair, I have got a version of Rick where it's just your frames, though, for using TDRS when he's actually being built. So that's more or less that calculation. I just need to talk to Gwen about removing his back here.
Maybe it having the boiler, but the is it boiler plate? That's the thing at the front.
Smoke box?
Yeah, the smoke box door, like removed from the engine.
I don't know whether we can do that. It depends how Chris built the model, because we've already looked at trying to remove bits of Rick. Unfortunately, the way Chris modelled him means that certain parts of him
it's all one piece.
Yeah, one part of him is all one piece. So. Oh my God! Stop blowing off.
Someone said reverse Rick's wheel configuration.
What, make him
from a 282?
Make him
a 284.
A 284. Why? The whole point.
I don't know.
I really think that we could have actually done with some mounting classes in the UK, because I also did a test race actually. You know, like the default of the turntables in the game is like 70 or 75 foot.
Yeah.
Right? With this configuration, as in with his full-length SR style tender, his wheelbase fits on that turntable, but the overhang means, because of the limitation of the game, the overhang on his front and rear buffers means he can't actually be turned on it. But I can turn him on one of my turntables if I'm using his RO deep style tender.
Oh, right, okay.
So that means that I can technically turn him in game. So it means, what I'm trying to get at is that a 482 wheel arrangement on a steam locomotive in Britain could potentially have worked within the confines of loading gauge and turning the locomotive round, but I don't think it would have been good for route availability.
No.
Because it depends on the flanging, because Rick, in the context of TDRS anyway, he has slightly lesser flanges on the second and third axle, so he can go around corners a bit better.
We are approaching Cwmbran.
I'm going to Cwmbran.
Is this where we get into our Cwmbran harvester?
I will just say, Oliver, you ruined Rhys's whistle through the station. That makes you a grade A cheeseburger.
Excellent.
Oh, are we coming up to a gradient race in a minute?
We are on a gradient.
I just know I need to start shoveling again and get into boiler pressure. I know I don't like him blowing off all the time, but we need boiler pressure.
That mountain there in the background is actually where I grew up.
Oh really? What's it called?
Mynydd Mine.
Oh nice.
I grew up there. But this is all my. This is all
your
my
neck
turf.
of the woods.
This is all my turf.
So kind of appropriate we're doing this run today then. My customised engine on Rhys's home turf is kind of interesting. Right, let's see. Water pressure's fine, but I'm going to shovel on anyway. Water level's fine. Might need to notch back up in a minute.
Yeah. Rhys Jones has said don't stop there. Cwmbran is in lockdown. He is right.
Right, let's carry on then.
We can't stop. If we stop, we have to go into lockdown.
Oh god, that's not a challenge we like. Oh, so if we stall, we go into lockdown.
Yes.
Come on, Rick!
Yeah, and the live stream. The live stream will have to run for 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, the live stream, like all of our channels, will be locked down for 2 weeks, and there'll be no updates, no nothing. And then after 2 weeks, we'll say, "Hooray, we survived lockdown!" And then the government will announce that there's now a countrywide lockdown again. It'll be like, oh.
We are passing a place called Neuf Insulation, which is actually a place I used to work at, and it sucked. Yeah, it really sucked.
The Engineer 100 said someone should make standard gauge Garretts for train sim.
I used to go train spotting here as well.
Oh, well, this junction here?
No, there's a bridge. There's a footbridge here. I used to go train spotting on.
Okay, at least they modelled the route would you say it's accurate?
Fairly accurate. Some of the line side detail is not quite there, but the route itself is actually really good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you got to remember, is I'm being especially picky because this is my gaff, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's like I was with the. Do you remember that DTG released the Southampton to Bournemouth route?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's nothing like the real Like Bournemouth itself, I'm very familiar with Bournemouth Station, and it looks nothing like that in real life. Like all the scenery around it is wrong. And I'm actually also quite surprised that they, in their infinite wisdom, didn't bother extending the route from Bournemouth down to the depot, because they could have actually made some good scenarios where you start off the Bournemouth train care depot with a unit, go down to Branksome to do the reverse mover, and then you can run all the way from there into Bournemouth Station and then up to Southampton and part of the scenario. But nah, just let down as usual.
I think I'm going to stop at Pontypool.
Really? We're going to go into lockdown at Pontypool, are we?
Yeah, we're going into lockdown.
Okay, that's up to you. You want to stop there? You can pick yourself up. I mean, this is the Angry Welshman after all.
It is quite a steep, hefty gradient going up towards Pontypool and New Inn.
I reckon he can restart it though.
Yeah. You can get the injector on if you want, because we're going to ease off.
Yeah. Also,
the thing is,
go on.
When I went to see the Britannia coming through, she had load 12 on with a diesel on the back as well.
Right.
Coming up this gradient, full reg. Oh, it sounded good.
I imagine it did. Too bad you didn't film that. I'd love to have seen that.
I did.
Oh, you did film it? Oh.
Yeah. It's on my Facebook.
Oh, I'm going to have to go look.
Oh. The McDonald's roundabout is there. There's the petrol station, the hotel. But KFC is not there and McDonald's is not there.
Oh.
Where's McDonald's?
Not there, clearly.
It's literally, that is my, main McDonald's.
And then a dual carriageway.
And then we're approaching my house and my station.
I can see my house from here.
I actually can. You can see my house from the station. In fact, that's where I used to live, up on that mountain.
Oh, wow. Hey, mountain! We're driving a mountain class. What a coincidence.
We are. Pontypool is the top of the line.
Here's the question, is your house actually modelled in trains?
No, unfortunately it isn't, but Calvin Ho was making his own route, but he was using Pontypool Road as a station, as a sort of inspiration for it. And he modelled my house as a castle.
I'll be sending all these screenshots over to you when we're done, by the way.
Oh, that'd be epic.
Genuine question then, how are you enjoying Rick anyway?
Really good. He's got plenty of power.
What he hasn't got is memes yet.
Oh, they'll come.
What, like this? Hey.
I mean... Now, normally, stopping at Pontypool means taking on water.
Well, that is a thing that we cannot do, Captain.
It is.
Then again, he hasn't got a big enough tender, so he should be fine.
Is my house in game? I don't know, because... yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
It kind of is. You could sort of vaguely see it. Oh well.
So we're basically, like, right next to your house right now?
Essentially, yeah.
Wow. Oh my god, you are driving me up the wall, Rick. Stop blowing off, man.
Okay, I thought I was alright in the platforms, but it turns out I'm miles out.
It's fine, we've got loads of... Yeah, you're a little bit... Maybe could have gone a TV bit further. Do you want to get a screenshot of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And with
At
your
my
headboard
home.
too.
My headboard at my local station.
The only... It's like you just look at this image, it's like everything is about Rhys, but what is wrong with this picture? And then you realise it's the actual locomotive.
I think Rick would actually do well with it as a mainline touring loco.
Well, that's the idea. The idea is that he'd probably spend his first boiler ticket at home, but go out on some rail tour. The problem is we've got to remember, because of him being so big and there being no rail connection on the DR at the point in time, he'd have to be taken out by lorry at the time.
Oh yeah, there is that.
So he might stay at home for most of his first boiler ticket, and then he might go mainline second boiler ticket.
Alright then, Tom, it looks like we're blowing off like mad anyway, but...
Yeah, we've also got we've also overfilled the boiler again, because I keep overfilling his boiler because of how much he's blowing off. I'm trying to get him to go down, but he doesn't. Oh, I'll use the expert camera to do this. Hang on. You stop the camera there. I will do a panning shot. Hold on.
Go on in.
There we go.
Look at that. That steamboat whistle, mind.
I know, it's fucking brilliant, isn't it? One of my favourite ones is like, I can't remember which. Oh, I don't know whether it will come up because it's obviously random, but there's a really low tone one. If I can sometimes get it to go low tone and then high tone, it sounds great because it goes.
Nice. King Ori says we need resync game. Well, the Guion does actually have a 2D one, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's on about he was on about putting another role of viewing game at some point as well, and me, and himself actually, and Chris Eden Green.
It's got to be done.
Got to be. I'm not quite sure why no one's done Chris Eden Green again yet. Actually, that could have been really handy for what I'm working on with him on with Rick. Actually. Oh.
How's that going?
I've sent him most of the initial footage. He's busy with his Midland and Great Northern project, but he'll be looking at this project after we finish that. So I'm not too worried. He's a busy man. So
yeah. This is our opportunity to get a bit of speed now down from Pontypool toward Abergavenny. So open the taps.
Got to keep an eye on that reverser because he's got a really finicky limit on his reverse. Like now, we need to notch. I've just notched him down one. There we go. He should pick up speed proper now. And he's got plenty of coal in his firebox now, so we don't need him quite yet.
No, we got a nice big fire.
Well, I mean, are you surprised? Have you seen the size of his firebox?
I was going to say his firebox is enormous.
You could fit. Well, let me put it this way. There's a story once upon a time of Logan, our friend Logan. He did something in a king firebox. I reckon he could probably do about. He could do it with five other people in there. I reckon this particular thing that he did in Rick's firebox because of how massive it. I think it's definitely bigger than a king firebox.
Yeah, I do feel sorry for the fireman trying to shovel coal into that bloody fire.
Yeah, I was considering him having a mechanical stoker, but I thought, well, the original design didn't have a mechanical stoker, so. The only modifications that are done to this one from the original are the side window cab, the fact it's got roller bearings, auto ejector, and what's the other thing? Oh, it's built from the onset as a 3-cylinder machine rather than being converted from 4 to 3. So it's got a lot of mod cons really, because the auto ejector is interesting, because I think I've explained on my own channel, but basically it's like a, because my tank engine Abomination has the same thing, it's an experiment Hunslet did in my universe, which is where an auto ejector is a injector that an engine can actually control themselves with their own will, via a you know, like what you've got a float tank in your toilets, right? It works in the same principle as that, which is when the water level gets too low, there's a float tank valve, and that basically, when that gets too low, the engine can open up and inject to itself as long as there's water in the tank, and it can inject its own water rather than having to rely on the driving fireman.
Here we go. We're on our way to Langvang Langle Bank.
Ooh.
We got a bit of a gradient here.
Yeah, I've just realised our pressure's going down slightly, so I've opened up the what do you call it? The dampers.
Shut the dampers!
No, open them! Open them!
Talking of which, I watched a very interesting documentary was it the other night?
Mm-hmm. What on?
Titanic. It's called Save the Titanic. Don't know if you've seen that one.
I'm sure I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
I'll send you a link to it. It's on YouTube. But it's all about the engine room and the engine department.
Oh, right.
Just before and during the disaster, and about how they kept steam in the boilers, pressure, and running the turbines to run the generator sets.
Yeah, because they basically were using that to try and power the lights and everything as long as they could.
Well, they had to keep the lights going, and they were keeping. Well, there was a turbine that was generating electricity for the Marconi set as well.
Oh, right, for the wireless, yeah.
And also the motors for the lifeboats.
Yeah.
They were all electric winches on them.
Ah, so it's imperative that they had power all that time.
Yeah.
So that means that the stokers and the firemen and things, they were basically having to brave it all the way to the bitter end.
Pretty much, yeah.
Has Rick got a rocking grate? No.
That surprises me. I would have thought he would have had a rocking grate.
Well, a rocking grate wasn't part of the original design.
Oh, wasn't it?
No. I mean, I know I just mentioned the auto-ejector, but, yeah, maybe he does. I might have to find out, actually. Maybe he does have a rocking grate.
You have to find out. You designed it.
No, I didn't design the internal, did I?
Oh, we're at 67 miles an hour.
Then again, I mean, have you seen the size of his superheaters? Please.
No.
Well, if you look at, hang on, let me show you. If you look up there, those are the superheater headers there.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, they're huge.
Look at that gradient coming up.
Oh wow. Hello.
So we got a nice shot downhill towards Abergavenny. Oh,
that gives us a good chance.
That gives us a bit of an injection of speed, and then we'll basically be hitting an absolutely massive uphill gradient. We're going to get quite a bit of speed from this, I think.
I reckon so.
Poop, poop.
Poop, poop, mind the sausage.
Is it Rick or is it the Waverley?
Oh, actually, that's something we've already decided, that if Rick is anywhere near the seaside or near any ports, he bans from blowing his whistle. Because then people will think the RMS Queen Mary's returned.
Has Rick ever been banked?
No, he doesn't require a banker. It doesn't matter what it doesn't really matter what gradient and what load. He rarely has ever needed. Well, I've never had to use him with a banker. Even with like a 21 coach test train up my bank, I've never had to have him with a banker.
I think we're just about to come onto the gradient now.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do for a minute. Steam generation is up. Yeah, we need to get that pressure back up. And he's at ideal fire mass now, so.
We're coming up towards Abergavenny now. I can see the Sugarloaf in the background.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, that one is the Blorange, I think. That mountain, yeah, that's the Blorange, and Blaenavon is just over the other side.
Yeah.
And we should be able to see the Sugarloaf. There it is. There's the Sugarloaf. There's the Sugarloaf. This one.
That's called Sugarloaf Mountain, is it up there?
Not mountain. It's just the Sugarloaf.
The Sugarloaf.
Yeah.
What an interesting name for a mountain.
I've climbed all the way to the top of it. It is not for the light-hearted.
Oh, Steve Lance has put that Rick doesn't accept bankers' offers. Oh, so he's not playing deal or no deal, is he? The banker offers.
Well, he's just sat in the shed and he gets a phone call and he has to decide which box to open.
Yeah.
And Noel Edmonds comes and tells him.
The banker has given you box number 10.
Oh, Rhys Jones, he says it's going to get steep by the station. Right, let's have a look. How far? But we still got 1.5 miles to go until Abergavenny. And we are on the gradient already. So I think we might need a bit of water in the boiler now because we will be using steam like mad.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the pressure up slightly more. I'll get the injector, because remember we've got a very powerful quick injector, so I can let the boiler drop to like 30 or 20 and then I can put the injector on.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Me Engineer 100 says, very sad what happened to the Waverley. Yeah, and I've got some insider knowledge about what happened there, and I'm not going to explain.
You can't reveal it, but yeah, you know,
but
and I bet it's really sad though.
It's irritating. It's a real annoyance because it didn't need to happen, basically. It just really didn't need to happen. There's no need for it.
Waverley was the steamboat, wasn't it?
Waverley is the world's last seagoing steam paddle steamer. I think I said steam about 80 times there. Sorry, paddle steamer. Paddle boat, steam paddle, steamer paddle.
Paddle steamboat steamer.
Here we are.
One pound, one fish.
Right, Oliver.
Here we go. This is it. We're on the gradient, Tom.
Right, inject.
There's an amazing video that somebody put on YouTube of Tornado and King Edward
Yeah.
going through Abergavenny Station.
What, in this direction?
No, going southbound.
Ah, so they've just come off the bottom of the bank.
Yeah, and they're absolutely flying through Abergavenny.
Nice.
The engineer says he climbed the Sugarloaf a few years ago. He'd like to climb the Blorange. I think the Sugarloaf is much more challenging than the Blorange. You can pretty much drive up the Blorange. Oh, look at the speed. Oh, look. Jeez.
Right.
We've just missed it.
That's alright.
Doesn't seem to matter how much speed you have getting onto it. You're always going to be...
It doesn't matter what loco. A gradient is a gradient. Gravity is always working against you.
Yeah.
But I reckon you can do it.
Well, when I did it with the Manners, I was either stopped or I was going quite slow through Abergavenny, but I pretty much had the reg open and I was making steam all the way up the bank, but I was only doing about 25 to 30 miles an hour.
Oof.
But it was the noise that those Manners were making. My God.
I'm
They
just
were
going to do
wrong.
something then. See, speaking of noise, let's go right up next to the smoke box and we'll go up the hill then.
Well, we're down to 46. We still got a way to go.
As soon as we hit about 43 miles an hour, you can notch up one.
All right.
I like how it's building steam whilst also injecting at the same time. It's because it's got such a big boiler, I think. And it's interesting to note he's also got a very big parallel boiler.
Yeah.
Considering it was built in 1980, originally 1934, no, 33. Right, there we go. Should be able to keep the speed now. Roughly.
We're still losing it slowly, but not as slowly as before.
Fuck those pistons, you steam power son of a...
You could say it.
steam power son of a... Oh.
Come on, Chief. Keep going.
He's nearly at max boiler pressure again, it's great. Bear in mind, it's low 12 on points gradient. It is a 1 in 95 at the moment. That is why you need 8 coupled express engines.
I'm surprised that Britain didn't really do many of them.
The only one we really had, express 8 coupled engine, was the P2s.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what Prince of Wales is like when it's built, whether it'll be able to do stuff like this.
I can't wait to see Prince of Wales, actually.
No, I can't either. I love I love the original P2 shape, so it's going to be really interesting to see.
It's just something completely different than like another A4 or another 460
Yeah.
or another 462 Pacific. You know, it's
It's got a unique wheel arrangement, and it'll be the only 282 running in the country, and that's one of the 7200s to restore fair. But it'll be the only 282 tender engine. There you go, we're back at full boiler pressure again.
but hey,
And we're still doing 38 miles an hour. That's not bad.
not bad considering. I think we're not far away from the top 9.
Perfect.
Rhys Jones says when you reach the top of the bank, there's a bridge over the line, so it's a good indication.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, King Orange just said Rick with a tapered boiler. I might have to see if someone wants to try and draw that. Ooh, a Stania type boiler. Yes.
Well, somebody did mention earlier about a Great Western style boiler with the smoke deflector, the safety valve bonnet and the copper cap chimney and everything.
I think at some point in development, Chris cheekily actually sent me a render where I think Andy still got it actually with instead of Rick's normal dome, Chris put on a safety valve bonnet, a Great Western one. I was like, no.
You should have said yeah. You should have kept it.
No! It would have made it too
Epic.
I can't let the Great Western win all the time.
You've accepted this wave Swindon into your heart. You've accepted Swindon into your life. It is for life.
I mean, you can't really. To be fair, I do love Great Western stuff. I mean, look how much I rave about the, 8-couple freight engines like the 4700s and the 28s and the 5205s and the 4200s, 7200s. I could just go on with random numbers, but you can go back to whatever category you want, by the way. Now, I'm just doing it while we're climbing the bank.
I absolutely cannot wait until the 7200 is running in preservation. Mate,
that would be so good on, the heavier graded lines in the country, like North York Moors. Can you imagine a 7200 on North York Moors? Going up to Ghostland.
I mean, I know I'm going to be blowing the South Wales horn here, but when a 7200 is running, bring it to Blanavon.
Yes!
Because that was like one of their major haunts.
Yeah, that would be appropriate then.
It would, but all they need is like a wind cutter rake of mineral wagons from the Great Central. Just bring all those mineral wagons and do a photo charter, a Great Western heavy freight photo charter. Ooh. Oh my god, mate, that would be incredible.
Man. Right, we can knock back one now.
We have topped the bank.
Hey! Big whistles all round. Hang on. Blow the
big
whistle.
whistles.
Look at the size of his whistle, man.
I was going to say, like, if you fitted one of those whistles on the Manning Wardle,
it
just
would blow all of
it.
Drain. Yeah, I know. That's why it's funny.
And I'm pretty sure it's downhill all the way to Hereford now.
Well, in that case, we can ease off on the firing and everything. You can go a bit further from Hereford if we set the path up if you want, because I've only set it to be a stop at.
Nah, it's alright.
Sure?
We'll call it a day at Hereford.
Okay, no worries.
Because I found that Hereford is a good distance, but then Shrewsbury is just like absolutely miles further.
Yeah.
It's a good run. It's a nice run all the way.
Well, with this run actually, what you have, you've had the 7 tunnel, which is great. You've had the climb up to Filton?
Filton Abbey Wood.
Filton Abbey Wood. You've had the climb up to Pontypool and the climb up from Abergavenny. So, yeah, actually, to be fair, you've put him through proper paces and he hasn't stalled. And he managed to restart quite well from Pontypool and New Inn.
I'm just gutted that we didn't quite make 100 miles an hour.
Oh, I know. I mean, we could always just run him backwards and see what happens.
Or just running in reverse.
Yeah, just push the coaches back down to the bank.
I wonder if Rick would have the water capacity to do the Western Main Line in one go.
Probably not. The way he drinks water, I doubt he could, to be honest. He'd need a water stop. I mean, he's only got a 5,500 gallon tender, so he'd still need a water stop somewhere.
I remember when that route came out, and we were all like, oh, we're gonna do so many races on it. We did, I think, 1, and we're just like, oh, that's awful. We're never doing it again.
Well, that's maybe because Western Main Lines. Oh, we need to whistle.
Yeah, that route is
a bit dated.
It's not so much dated, but it's just too long. It's too long. It's a cracky route. I love driving it, but because it's so long, when it kills anyone's computer, and also
you get drained after a while, don't you?
Yeah, when you try editing it just to put a water stop in, because for some reason adding a water stop just doesn't want to work. Like, I've had so many troubles just trying to get a water stop in there. You know.
There is a way you can fix that actually, Rhys, you know, without having to modify the rig. And it's a bit controversial. No, it's a bit controversial.
Set the water in the tender
to be higher.
Unlimited. Well, that's what I thought. If I was ever going to do a run, you know, like that, because of the route, I would make a modified tender and just have like 50,000 gallons of water.
Yeah.
But I'd still do the simulated water stops.
Yeah. That's not a bad shout.
Because then you're still stopping for the same amount of time, and you're pretending, but because the game is broken and because the route is so difficult to modify, you're not actually modifying the route. you know what I mean?
Yeah. You're doing the simulation, but in order for the simulation to work, without having to actually jump through loads of hoops.
Yeah. I think that's the only real way to run Steam on that route.
Yeah.
Which
I
is
think
a
if
real
we,
shame.
yeah, I think if we were going to do another race on Western Main Line, it would have to be something we did in like stages, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I would be happy to do a run. I mean, to be fair, I would probably do a run with Rick because he's quite reliable to get up to high speed and whatnot, and I can obviously, I know how to drive it. But if I modified one of his tempers to give him like 8,000 or 9,000 gallons or 10,000 gallons, I could probably do the run from like Paddington to Exeter because I think that's the version you can do on Western Main Line, the version I've got. Because I got the version that goes down to Cornwall. I should really, because I could do that as like a mega stream at some point, like where London to Penzance with a steam engine. God, that would be insane.
I've done the run from Penzance to London with a Class 40.
Ooh, what's that?
Now that
How
was
long
quite
did it take
interesting. That was 6 hours.
Ooh.
And I had to stop after about an hour because I killed the logo.
How did you kill? Oh right, did you overload the traction motors?
Yeah, I killed the traction motors.
Oh, full class 40.
I know, right?
Actually, if I remember correctly, when we were doing that race, I'd set it up and I'd left it running for an hour, and then the minute we started, the game crashed on it. It was just like, no!
It's brilliant.
I was sitting up at 3 o'clock in the morning waiting to start this race. The game crashed the minute we said go. I was frothing. I was absolutely livid.
This route, this game is genuinely something that separates men from boys because the amount of times something like that will happen. Oh, apparently I overheated the Class 40.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We've got 12 miles to go.
I love the fact that certain parts of this route still have semaphore signals.
I did notice that. I was literally thinking that earlier on. I thought, oh, it's nice that it's got a mixture of the modern colour light and the semaphores. It gives it a bit of character.
There's just outside Abergavenny, there's a whole bunch of semaphore signals.
Yeah.
And years ago, when I was a volunteer at Heritage Railway, they were looking to replace them with, the lights. And we were like bombarding Network Rail with, please, can we have the semaphore signalling, please? Like trying to pikey all the semaphores off them, and then they just decided, oh, actually, no, we're going to keep them for a bit longer.
And you were livid.
And we were absolutely fucking furious. And they're still there today, which kind of sucks. But, oh well. I mean, at least they're still being used.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, didn't I can't remember where it was or what it was. I'm sure it has something to do with North York Moors, but don't there's something to do with semaphore signalling there donated to them or something.
Is it?
I'm sure there was a story about it. It might have even, unless it was the Mid-Norfolk, I don't know. But one of these railways, I'm sure, had semaphore signalling donated. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Oh, by the way, Rhys, my toe is healing up really nicely.
Oh, that's good news.
It was infected, and then it became non-infected, and half of the wound is now healed. I'm just waiting for the lower half to heal again. It's just really frustrating, though, because it's the diabetes that does it, because it takes absolutely forever for any wound to heal. It's like the opposite of being Wolverine. Like, his wounds heal instantly. Being a diabetic is like having the opposite of that, like all wounds heal slowly.
But could it be like, you could be a superhero, but diabetic man?
Diabetic man, yeah, just like...
Mexican diabeto.
No. The problem with that, though, is that what is his biggest weakness? Sugar. It's a bit like Diesel 10 in Magic Railroad. It's just like, what? It's sugar, Diesel, and I'll put it in your tank and seize you up. It's like, put sugar in my tank and I'll just die. It's great.
You could be like, if you like Wolverine, instead of having, like, big metal spikes that come out your wrists, you have insulin needles that come out your hands.
Insulin needles that come out the end of my fingers, and how you defeat your enemies is you just pump them with insulin, and they end up having a hypo. Yeah, brilliant. it's like you just got like your enemy just like on the floor, like, I need sugar. And you're just like, how do you like that then?
How do you like them apples? I could taste pear drops. Oh no, that's hyper.
I tell you what, having a hypo is one of the worst experiences you can have. It's almost like being drunk but being sober at the same time, because you get shaky, you get confused, you can't walk properly, you can't move properly. I mean, I remember the one time my sugar level went down to something like 1.9, I think it was, and I was like a complete state because I couldn't I couldn't get off my sofa. I was so confused and dizzy and everything, and I was like, my stomach was going everywhere, and I was like, I need some sugar of some sort. And I remember just eating, I think it was like an entire packet of French Fancies, and it did nothing.
I was going to say, do you keep something in the house just like as an emergency thing to have?
I'm meant to keep some, I'm meant to have, what do you call it, like glucose tablets, but I can't stand them, so I just keep chocolate bars around. Or
Get yourself a bunch of Mars bars, because they're supposed to be quite good.
I mean, I've been told that, what do they call it? Fudge. Mints are quite good for that sort of stuff, like the sugar mints.
Oh, yeah.
They're apparently pretty good for that, but they do recommend that you have glucose tablets, but, ugh, it tastes horrible.
Yeah. So
anyway,
we got...
sorry, we went off on a diabetic tangent there. Sorry about that, everyone.
The BR Steamer says, hello, sorry, I'm joining the stream late. Well, we're about to end.
We're back. That's I keep getting that on my channel. People like turn up about half an hour in, and they're like, "Oh, watch if I miss." It's like literally everything.
Yeah.
What did I miss? I missed the entire thing.
You have missed this train.
Hello, the BR Steamer. Goodbye, the BR Steamer. Oh.
It was somebody. I did a live stream a few months ago. And, like, it ran for about 2 or 3 hours, and then right as I was saying goodbye, like loads of people joined you. Like, hey, what did we miss? It's like, really?
You've literally missed everything. Please go away. Oh, that's a bit of a wobble.
Yeah, there's a few parts of the route where there is quite a bump on it.
Yeah.
Which is a bit odd.
What's that thing that Guilds always say? It's a
Pescotti
wobble wobble.
Pescotti wobble wobble. And Popty Pink.
Pescotti wobble wobble.
Pescotti wobble wobble.
What? Fish wobble wobble.
Apparently. It's just something Will said once.
Pescotti is fish.
Yeah.
I think we might be speeding there, you know? Ever so slightly.
Only a little. You know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh, they're going to send the police 37 after you.
I remember watching the old the BR advert for the HST and seeing that scene and I literally cracked up because it was like you wouldn't get caught speeding and then just fucking 37 just comes up alongside going and it just like I died at that moment. That was brilliant. I loved it.
I love that advert. It was cracking. I you know the Class 37 pack Volume 2.
Oh yeah.
It has the.
It had the 37 in it. I know. I was saying to who was it? I was saying to a couple of the lads in my server the other night. I was saying that, like, because I was talking about the way things are advertised. You know what I'm talking about, Rhys, like advertised and promoted and whatnot. Which is why for certain things I will be taking charge of promotion for that.
Yeah.
But I was saying that what Armstrong Powerhouse did with that Class 37 Volume 2 pack, advertising it by advertising the Class 37 chasing down a HFT in police livery. That is how you advertise a product to make it fun and interesting for the audience to buy, especially with a game like Train Sim. Like, that makes it a bit of fun. It's like, that's why I sort of wanted you to drive Rick as well, because he's just basically for a bit of, a bit of a giggle. You need to have a bit of fun in these games, and this is something that I think a lot of people need to sort of step back and realise. It's supposed to be for a bit of downtime, a bit of fun.
Yeah, we are. I mean, as lovely.
I know we can be quite serious about it, can't we? But because we rely on it for our series and whatnot. But in general, I think the general audience,
for our series, we do serious things as well. But
yeah.
I can't take it seriously all the time.
No, that's why in that Man in Water weekend pack I decided to do Stevie John.
Yeah. I love the look of that one.
Oh mate, I'm hoping that Donington Weekend's going to get on and get it released soon. I think we're waiting for Jordan Wooden to finish off some skins, but that should be coming out soon for everyone to have a bit of fun with. Oh, speaking of Manning Wardles actually, Rhys, you know you tried out that K-Class, the Manning Wardle K-Class from Yarran, Wayside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you like the some of the reskins in there?
Yeah, I thought that you did a few of them.
Yes.
We're on a gradient.
Oh, hey up. Oh, I wonder if we can hit that record now. Have we got enough time downhill?
No, I think we're about to finish on the gradient.
Yeah, the lime blue one and the Winston Estates line one, so my one, so. And
nice.
I think the yellow one is Edwards, and then the other three are the Aaron Zone skins, and the Lidl one for some reason. I don't know why there's a Lidl reskin in there, but okay.
I'm gonna have a proper go because I only managed to get a very quick look at it earlier. And
Yeah,
get some
because you had to go and buy the Hawthorne Legendary Saddle Pack too, didn't you? Like I had to.
Yeah, I thought I already had them, you know, but
No,
turns out I didn't.
You know what you've got, Rhys? You've got what I've got, which is the original RSH Saddle Pack.
Oh, right. Okay.
These are the updated ones that RSC made to, DTG made to try and cash in a little bit. They were like, oh, we could make some more money. Oh, we're nearly at Hereford. Right, yeah.
Drop anchors.
Drop anchors is fine. I bet emergency brake test application again, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I'm a bit disappointed with that is that it doesn't work out of the box. You have to own that DLC, and you have to tick that DLC in a scenario editor in order for it to work. And even worse, actually, with the sound patch for the Manning Wardle sounds, you have to also have the Caledonia Works Manning Wardle tick. So that's 3 add-ons to make one Oko work. I mean, it's fine. It's Yaman's still learning, and
well, I think the Ruston and the Manning Wardle, considering they're his first models, he's actually done a really good job.
That's what I was saying to him the other day. I said, you know, for freeware, the fact that it's freeware and the fact that he's made them, and you know, they're his first models for TS, even though he's had to have quite a lot of help getting them into game, it's still nice to see that there are still freeware developers out there who actually have that drive to just build some fun stuff for the game. Especially because we're crying for industrials, aren't we?
Oh, definitely.
Like, we've now got the SECR 313 that's been reskinned to hell and back. You've got the Manning Wardle, K-Class, and you've got the Rushton, so I'm hoping we'll see some more.
I would love to see some more industrials.
Technically speaking, actually, think about it, technically, wouldn't you call Rip an industrial? Because he wasn't really built for a mainline company, he was built by Bear Peacock, so...
No, but lots of locos were built by Bear, Peacock, and
Oh,
Vulcan.
good point.
That's
Yes, good
they
point.
were built for mainline running.
Good point, because you also have Bear Peacock built a lot of mainline locos as well. And,
Bear Peacock, they built a lot of locos that were sent abroad as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
And Vulcan Works.
Well, that's where his inspiration for his boiler comes from, because it's based on a Garrett boiler, I think. Well, here we are at Hereford, calling it Hereford, BBC News Hereford.
We made it, Bristol Temple Meads to Newport to Pontypool and then Hereford.
So there you go. As we wrap up this stream, then, Rhys, how was your drive with DR.1202 in its lovely blue livery and with your own Angry Welshman headboard?
I really enjoyed the driving of it. Handles like a dream. Handled the hills beautifully. Steam generation was fantastic. Gotta say, you had a decent fireman.
Yay!
Kept steam pressure all the way up the hills. Very good. So yeah, and the headboard was a really nice touch.
I thought it was kind of cool because, I know I haven't done it for everybody's driver experience courses, but I thought as this is going on your channel and plus looking at everything that's gone on and the fact that we're buddies again and all that, I thought it'd be nice to have a little personal touch on this one.
There we go.
Perfect stop.
Oh, don't roll back.
What you do, Rick? What you doing? Oh, you should get him on the light side. Oh, no, actually, that's not bad.
That's quite a nice shot, actually.
That was hilarious. I caught on stream because you removed the camera when we did the whistle. No, hang on. Do not touch anything a second. I'm going to show you the funniest thing in the world. You ready? Right? Doppler effect. Hang on, if I get it to work. I love the Doppler effect. It works even better when you've got an engine with a proper loop, though, like a proper loop whistle. One thing I want to do. There we go. I don't know what you want to do to finish up, Rhys. I don't know whether you want to do what I sometimes do, which is I just have the camera on the station, I don't know if I move it, and then have the outro be that we just watched the train leave the station.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right then. I'll let you do an outro then.
Yep, there we go. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. It has been a driver experience course. The video is actually called Drive Experience Course, but I'm going to edit that later. Tom has very kindly let me drive Rick, DR.1202, the mountain class. A private commission for him from Caledonia Works. And what a machine it is. So all I'm going to say is, Chris, when is my private commission coming?
Oh yeah, we still need to sort that out with him. But no, we'll have more news on commissions at some later point. But I'm glad you enjoyed driving him. So
I'm talking about 813.
Oh mate, 813 can be amazing when it comes in.
Eventually, I hope so. Yeah, so that was the driver experience course. I hope you all enjoyed it. I was joined tonight by Tom of That DJ Productions.
Hello.
And Oliver.
Hello. Oh, yeah, sorry.
The Australian man. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Rate, comment, like, and subscribe. And I'm just killing time until we see the last.
Oh, no. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of in paintball where we're waiting for the paintball one to finish going through.
With you just dun 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 dun.
I think we're at the end now.
Dun, dun, dun,
there we go, break coach.
Dun, dun, dun. And thank you for watching this video.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the video. Jesus Christ. Anyway, where's my cigarette? Bye.